What's up guys, Heads here from Infinity Loops, and today we're going to be checking out the HappyModel Crux 3. I just got it in. I have some 2S Tattoo 450 milliamp batteries charged and ready to go. It comes with a little Insta360 Go mount on it, so I'm going to try that out as well. But let's start out with just getting it bound up to a radio. I'm not going to mess with any of my settings or anything like I do. Just going to see how it flies right out of the box. Let's see what it can do. Alright guys, this is my maiden flight with the Crux. I'm flying this on the stock tune and rates. I haven't hooked this quad up to beta flight at all. I'm using an existing profile on my radio for another Crazy BX that I have. It didn't really take me much time at all to get used to this tune. It's really rock solid. I had a hard time getting it to bobble or wash out or anything like that. Still getting used to the rates here and the power difference. This is my first time flying a 3-inch, so the thrust on it is it was much more than I guess what I was expecting. So I'm more used to a heavier, smaller toothpick. So yeah, coming up short on power loops and stuff like that is kind of expected until a super low pass right there. I found this tune really clean. All the rough edges have been smoothed out. It just flies really great. At first I was kind of thinking the lack of a battery strap would be a downside for me, but after a few decent crashes, I still hadn't thrown a battery. I kind of enjoyed not having to mess with the Velcro straps. The quad comes with 4 of these little rubber bands, so far so great. They work. I was just checking the sidewalk here to make sure nobody's coming before I start trippy spinning in the event it gets away from me. Don't want anyone to get any violent hugs from a Crux. Really low trippy spin there. This thing just floats. Gives you enough room to do those real low altitude tricks. So I'm flying it on the bi-blade gem fans that the Crux comes with. I did try out some HQ tri-blade props. I didn't really like the way it flew at all. It was much quieter, but it just didn't really work for my flight style. The bi-blades just felt perfect for me. So here I'm just kind of messing around now. I'm getting a little more exploratory with it. Really feeling the tune. It was really nice once I got used to it. I'm just going to drive a nail in the battery here. There we go. So next up we're going to be looking at some Insta360 footage. And this is from the stock mount that is included with the Crux. Okay, so now we're looking at the Insta360 footage on the main screen there and the DVR on your bottom left. The mount that it comes with, I'm not really sure how I feel about it just yet. I didn't want to send it too hard because I really don't trust the mount that much. If I'm being honest, it's TPU, and it just holds on by this tiny little nub that you kind of just finesse down into the top of the canopy. And it didn't get any jello. It didn't fall off. So that's good. I didn't really go too hard on it. As you can see, I'm kind of just cruising. I am an acro, but I'm kind of just trying to keep myself somewhat level and get more of that cinematic feel to the footage. But I'm also kind of sort of scared to get too crazy with it because I'm worried I'm gonna launch my Insta360 somewhere. So yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how what my final thoughts are on that mount. I mean, again, it didn't fall off. It took a little bit of doing to get the mount back off of the canopy, so I can say that much for it. It feels very flimsy when you put it on there. For as expensive as the camera is, it's very flimsy putting it in that mount. I just didn't feel great about it. But otherwise, it flies great. I mean, it handles the extra weight of the camera perfectly. The tune held up great. It did exactly what I was asking it to do. Throttle control was right on the money. So if you watch my DVR footage here, it'll show you a little truer of what I'm doing. The Insta360 footage is gonna break a little bit there. I made it angry for a second, but in my DVR footage, you'd be able to see that I did get a little spinny. I got a little spinny, but again, I was kind of scared to launch my camera, so I just kept it over the grass and figured I'd play it safe and just give it a quick one just to see if I could chuck the camera. But mission failed. We didn't chuck the camera. Everything's good. We also didn't have any crashes this go around. I'm usually very careful when I'm flying the Insta360, even though it might not look like it at some times. I usually am trying to be very careful to not break anything since it is kind of expensive. But I did want to do some more fast pulls with it just to kind of show that it's still very agile. As far as the Crux itself, it's still very agile with the... I guess we did have one crash in this one. I forgot about that. But it is still very agile in even with the extra weight of the Insta360 on it. So that is going to wrap it up for my review of the HappyModel Crux 3. If I had to sum it up, I'd say this is a definite buy, in my opinion, if you're looking for something to just rip around the yard or a park, or just really just something you want to just shred with, because this was under $100. I think it was $94. You know, throw a 2S on it, and you don't even need to throw the Insta360 on it. Just keep it super light, and the tune on it out of the box is perfect. Just send it. I mean, you know, it's under $100. You could just really go nuts with this thing and not care too much about it. I love it. I'm going to fly it more. I'm actually planning on taking it out to fly this weekend with the boys. So you may see a video with this in it coming up soon. But until next time, guys, I'm going to get out of here. We'll see you in the next one.